Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Okay, it's episode 3. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do some interesting stuff. It's, yeah, Happy New Year if I haven't already said it. I think we're a bit late in. Probably 3rd week of January, I think this is going out. Who fucking knows at this point? My name's Paul. This is Molly Studios. This is part 3. If you've not watched the other parts and my entire back catalogue, then fill your boots, innit? Fill your boots. So, we've got to put a burst on here. I'm just checking that Dave's watching what I'm watching because he's a bit of a twat and he don't always focus on what I want. I've got to put a burst on this bird's eye. I'm going to do it gingerly. I like doing things gingerly. I don't like to leave out the gingers. It's not very fair, is it? I'm going to put a single glove on, El Jacko. But with a little bit less paedophilic connotations. I think that's what we should do. This isn't the fucking BBC. First thing I'm going to do is stain this thing yellow. I'm not very good at the staining, Lark, but I'm going to have a crack at it. We're going to go in with a bit of yellow. I'm not going to do the whole black because it's bird's eye. I don't know how that's going to react. So I'm going to go in and just stain it all yellow with 2 coats and I'm going to let it dry. Also in this video, we're going to be flitting in between. I'm going to do a bit of yellow, yeah, and then I'm going to carve a neck because I need to carve this neck. I'm not going to tint this neck. I don't like tinted necks. We're going to leave it naked maple. So I've done all the sanding. I've raised the grain on this top. Everything's in. All the holes are done. Everything's drilled out. I'm going to get all the insides done. And then on the outsides, we're just going to go outwards like that. I'm going to get a little bit on me curve here, no doubt. That's not the end of the world. I've put a bit of tape on that one, on that little reveal. I don't know if that's going to work. But we can always sand the edges and clean all that up anyway. We're going for faux binding on this one. If you have a plastic binding, it does make this process a little bit easier, to be fair. But we'll just sand it and scrape it and get it all looking lovely. I haven't grain filled or done anything like that, so there's a couple little spots in this bird's eye. Now, because this is a solid cap, if I fuck it up, if you're not happy with your burst, you can just sand it off and do it again. Which is a bit of a ball ache, but it's not the end of the world. I've done it loads of times where I've not been happy with the burst. Always put your lids back on. That used to be a full bottle until the other day when I spilt it. Voiceover Paul here. I'm just going to try and preempt what you're thinking. And if it's anything like what I'm thinking while I'm doing this, you're thinking, that looks shit. And it does. Right, I'm not going to do anything else to that. Annoyingly, a red streak is kind of stained in there when I tap the red on, which I don't like. So I'm going to let this dry now overnight, and I'm going to come back and sand it off tomorrow, and I'm going to put a big, thick black border on. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to sand it. It's trial and error, the old burst. I mean, you might think that's not a bad start, but it's not what I'm after. I do like the way the bird's eye has gone a bit funky, though. I'll see you in a minute. Cut cameras. Let's carve a neck, shall we? That'd be better. I've drawn on the bottom where the body goes, where it finishes. I've also copied my Tele neck that a subscriber sent me, and I'm using it as a reference. It doesn't feel like a Fender profile, this one. It feels more like a PRS profile. So I've put a PRS bit in. This neck goes from 21 to 24 mil in thickness. I'm going to match that on mine. Welcome back, everyone. How are you? Is everyone having a good week? Blah, 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 blah. Happy January. I know the weather's fucking bleak. Unless you're watching in Australia and you're all cooking like crisps. You're like extras from the Terminator 2 fucking movie at the minute, ain't you? Yeah, that bit. A bit warm over there. Not sure I could survive an Australian summer. I reckon I might be in a bit of bother. I barely survive a fucking British summer. Albinos don't do the weather. Stays in the workshop. So I'm basically just going to glue this on like that. And then when I run this through the router, it's going to naturally give me my slant. It's a technical way of doing it, isn't it? Sometimes it's just a case of gluing a bit of shit on. Anyway, over to the router. I'll get some PPE on and we'll give this a quick route. When I run this on, I'll run you through over there because it's hell of exciting. I do love these bits. Hopefully, over here on router cam, you can see I've put a little mark there. Let's take you in. Let's take you in. Oh, get rid of that. I've got a cheeky mark over here on my fretboard, on my neck. That is 21 mil. It's actually 20 from the edge, but we've got about a 1 mil arc there. So I've lined up my router bit. That's about as low as she'll go. And then as we come through, because of that bit of ply, you can see that we're going to get a bit deeper. I'm only going to router up as far as the 15th fret. So I'll put a bit of tape on there, just so I'll know. That 15th fret is going to go to the edge of that circle, and the rest of it I'll fake in. And the same, you can see that bit there. So I'm going to go halfway along the first fret. That's going to give me enough to fake in then. So those marks are going to go to the edge of that red ring piece, and it gives me enough to blow it in. Alright, let's get some PPE and get cutting. I'll do it backwards, so you'll have to enjoy the view. I'll move you. I'll move you. Always remember to give Dave a dust off, because I've filmed some cataracts, Dave, in the past, haven't I? Right, that there, fucking mess. What a fucking mess. Let me just go and get my profiles. So actually at the 12th fret, it kind of resembles a 62 Strat. Yeah, it's not far off. It's not far off a 62 Strat. It's a little bit more rounded, but I like that. Yeah, it's very similar to that. I think what throws it is that I'm combining that shape with a 43mm nut, because I like the extra girth. Anyway, I'll set it up on the carving jig and we'll just see what we end up with. I do tend to go with a 43mm nut when I make guitars. I like the thicker end. 42 sometimes to me just feels a bit teeny tiny. Just bear that in mind if you're having one of my customs. I just like it that way. I'll see you over there. Hi, it's neck carving time. I'm going to point the cameras at the neck. I'm going to shut my face. I'm going to put my headphones on and we're going to carve away. You can see that my router bit has done most of the hard work. There's a few lumps and bumps. And all we've got to do now is blend it in. If you're unsure about what you're fucking doing, that's normal. So am I most of the time. But we've got our lines. I'm going to stay away from the lines and we're just going to fake it in. There is no right or wrong, all right? Everyone's done it different over the years. You do it how you want. But have a guitar on hand as a reference so you can touchy-feely it all the way through. Here we go. Okay, so I've had a few iterations of my burst. That's what it's looking like at the minute. I think that's looking quite sexy, don't you? That's an unusual one for me. It's turned out like a battered copper sort of colour. Not what I intended. I intended to have a bit of red on there and a bit of... But I think you've got to achieve that with paint, really, to get a decent effect. I'm preliminarily carved. I've got a little bit more sanding to do. You can see how that fakes in. The Phil McKnight handshake on this. Honestly, I can almost reach around my own tonsils with that fucker. It's brilliant. I'm going to let this dry overnight. I'm going to spray the whole thing with about 4 coats of sanding sealer tomorrow. And then the day after that, I will come back and put it together. I'll show you all that. We'll put it together. I'll give it a quick strum. I won't plug it in. I won't spoil the surprise. Once I've done that, it'll be a proper bit of TV magic, because I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to spray it with nitro and we'll see it back on the bench here when we're going to fuck it up. Makes no sense. But I'm going to do it because everyone else does it, so I want to do it. If you don't like relics, I don't care. You don't like what I don't like what you don't like. We've all got to like different things. Otherwise, ginger women would never find a man. I'll see you in a minute. It's very light. Fucking super light. Right, folks, I get people asking me about my laser cutter. Obviously, that's my laser cutter. That's Big Bertha. She's a beaut. 70 watt CO2. This is the first one I bought. This is a Neje. N-E-J-E. Mr. Bezos supplied me this. It's just great for burning in headstock logos. It comes with the easiest software you've ever seen. Neje. It whirls into action. She's starting her up. We can just load an image. Oh, there's Alan the dog there. Look, get on, Alan. We're not burning him on, but it would do, Alan. It would do, Alan. That came out wrong. I like me size to be 50mm. Sorry about the shaky cam. Okay, that's the one we want. Okay. And then we'll do that, and we'll just make sure it's in the right place. And I tend to just line the headstock up with the boom of the cutter. And make sure it's just doing the right bit there. Cracking, alright. And then we'll literally stop that. That's good camera action, Paul. My laser power is 79, that's a bit powerful. So we'll go down to 70 and then we'll just go. Now that's a super slow laser. It's going to take probably about 15 minutes to burn that in. So it's not ideal. But it's better than nothing. I think it was about 170 quid. Anyway, I'll show you it at the end. There you go. There's my safety block of wood. So I'll have to look at a laser. And it looks like that. And we can give it a blow. Bang on, look at that. So you can get yourself a Neje cutter. Neje. That's all you need. I think it's like 5 watt. It don't cut anything. It might cut through a queef, but that's about it. On a side note, I'm trying to get Geiker to send me some videos of them in the office giving me a special wave. Because I said it would be the personal touch and I could do a special wave back. Let me know if you think that's a stupid idea, because I'm full of stupid ideas.
A few moments later.
Right, I'm kind of filming this. I'm kind of filming this a little bit out of sorts, so I don't really know where I am. This is where I've got so far. I think I might have included some spraying. I don't know. This is just as sanding sealer. I actually think that looks awesome. Bursts just come out how they come out. But bird's eye under that, whoa, love it. This has just got a sounding sealer on here. I'm going to put this guitar together. I've already started wiring it. Something's wrong with the wiring. I don't fucking know what. But there are some sounds coming out of it. So I'm just going to get it built up now. I won't run through all of that with you. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. I just... Yeah, so I've turned the cameras on so you can have a little cheeky look at my aged hardware, because it's not gone particularly well, I don't think. So my knobs, first of all, my knobs have aged up very nicely. I think that's how we do it to get it to work. They've aged up very nicely. Some little spots of rust. They smell of jibber jabbers. I don't know what that is. But they actually look all right. So that's, you can see the aesthetic I'm going for on there. The bridge on the other hand, not quite so good. In fact, it's still very moist. I used ferric chloride, which I got from Mr. Bezos, or the Isle of eBay. One of the two, I can't remember. But yeah, that's what you use for aged hardware, but it doesn't work so well on chrome. So you have to buff the chrome off. And then if you take it too far, it doesn't really go evenly. So I mean, that looks fucking dreadful at the minute. Yep. So bear in mind, I'm just going to put it all on. We'll see what it looks like. My tuners, they've kind of aged up not too badly, to be honest. They look all right. Yeah, not sure. I think the secret is, if you're going to age your hardware, buy nickel, because that'll age better. Anyway, I'll cut cameras again. I'll put it together and we'll give it a little strum. Just up here, you can see what it looks like. And then episode 4, we'll be doing the nitro. I'll film that, and then I'll show the relicing process with the hot and the cold and all that sort of thing. I might have some alternative hardware. This is just... These are £20 Wilkinson tuners. I think they're the best 20 quid you can spend. They are just consistently fine. Always fine. So yeah, I'm going to put this back together. Cut my ferrules. They're fucked. I'll see you in a minute. Cut cameras, Paul. You're waffling shit. A long time later. Well, it's an unusual one, isn't it? Because you don't normally get to see the guitar before it's done, but it's not really done. I normally do this before there's any finish. I've set this up. It's pretty well set up. It's intonated. I've done the action. I've done everything, really. I'm going to play this with dirty hands downstairs for a couple of weeks. I've got to be honest. It's rough as rats on the back. I haven't sanded anything. I'm just going to leave it bare. I've sanded the neck because I want a smooth shaft. Let's plug it in and see if it's working, shall we? Because it's definitely... This is how much of a shithole it gets when you start putting things together. The hardware doesn't look quite so silly now it's on. Like the tuners are dirty. I used some cheap screws and I've snapped 2 in the headstock. So I've got to fix that. Told you I'd share the fuck ups. I found a packet of screws for tuning pegs and I assumed it was the Wilkinson ones, but it can't have been because they were made of fanny flaps. I'm supposed to have this. So I think I've got something wrong. So I'll sort that out. The problem is I haven't got a plate on this because I've got 2 P90s. I've tried doing 4-way switch with P90. I think I must just have the wrong diagram. But that's it.
Early the next morning.
Right, so let's have a revelation. Are you listening, Dave? Are you checking it in? Right. This thing is just finished in sanding sealer. It's not rough and ready. It will smooth down. Sanding sealer is quite a soft finish. It'll age up. So here's the revelation. I am not going to take this apart and spray it with nitro and wait a month and make it old because I absolutely love it. I've basically made my dream guitar. This is, for me, this is it. It's got a set of pickups in that Doc made personally for me. That means a lot. It's made of a bird's eye maple that I bought at Beach Brothers in Exeter a long time ago, and I knew it would be a world beater. I love it. It's the NF53 shape, which I absolutely adore, with a proper 6-a-side headstock. I absolutely love this guitar. I'm not taking it apart, all right? So this is it. This is the end of the build series. This is finished. Let's take it downstairs and give it a good fucking thrashing, and we'll come up and we'll talk about something else. What's coming next? I don't know. A funny anecdote. It's a weird video series, this one. I did fully intend to go right down the Relic process. I quite like how this is aged up. It's a bit weird. It's a bit wonderful. It's just for me, innit? This is going to be my beater. I'm taking it home and it's very, very special. It's definitely, I'm not going to sell it. I always say that though. So there you have it, folks. I still haven't put the control cavity cover on because I haven't sprayed it up yet. That is, tell me what you think of that. I think it is absolutely stunning. It's just everything I had in my head. It really is. If people want me to make that shape over and over again, I will. I've got 2 other bodies. I might make them for raffles in the future. I might recreate these. I quite fancy doing the black one in ash and doing like a stratty layout on it, still with a Tele headstock. Let's not get fucking ahead of ourselves. And then the other one we're doing a nice natural finish. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you like to win this guitar? Not this one, but one like it if I make them again. I won't do a build series. I might do like a one-parter. I haven't got a clue really. I'll leave you on a funny story, shall I? Last night I went walking with Mrs. Richards. Now, here's a little sign of age for you. At 44, she decided to tell me that she's got a favourite tree in the neighbourhood that she likes to see during the autumnal period. Now, if that is not a sign of you getting old, I don't know what. Standard practice is I then say to her, that's fucking hilarious. I'm putting that in a video. And she wasn't even surprised and she wasn't even embarrassed. So there you go, double age. Do you want to tell the world about your favourite tree?
No.
Is it that one? Are you sure? Is that your favourite tree, darling?
Yeah.
Special wave, everyone. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next week for a very, very cool series. I can't remember what it is yet. Single cut Les Paul. There you go. Oh, so it's very similar to this actually, but with some very, very different appointments. Oh, it's a gritty one. I haven't even started making it, but there you go. I'll see you next week, everyone. Love you lots. Very special. Oh, one more thing. One other thing, we are currently, through various raffles and all that sort of bullshittery, we are currently at £42,600 raised for charity. So well done you, pat on the back, very proud of that. Very proud of you lot for chipping in, because I'll just fucking round up the mung beans, don't I? But well done you, go away feeling good. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to tune in for Monday, it's Fluff Pieces. Filth.
Dude, it's fine.
Oh my gosh. You're for reals. You guys are gonna fall. Aaron. Dude. Dude, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is like a... hold on. Can you hold this for me? Hold on.
Whoa. Oh. Just stand up. Oh, sorry. My bad. All right, we good.